Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome back to all the participants. So, participants, in this session, we will go ahead and understand what extent have we been able to achieve the pipeline. And then we will go ahead and take actions further, what is more required. So, participants, looking back into the system, like even before I do that, let me just start my machine so that my machine should be ready by the time I go and deploy that application. So let me just quickly start this machine. Okay, now my machine is started in the background. So participants, let's keep the track of our progress. So to build a pipeline, we have initiated the call by taking the version control, github.com. And as part of the github.com, let me go ahead and show you my GitHub account, github.com/azonecloud. This is the name of the account, followed by beta is the name of the repo that we have started with. So people, you guys can see we have different branches into it, but our entire code is sitting into the develop branch. So the first stage of our pipeline is okay. We have taken the source code. We have kept it as part of the build process. Thereafter, what we have done as participants, we have gone ahead and we did proceed further, provisioning a master machine. So we had a master machine, or we can call it as a server, where we have all the tools installed into it. What did we do? We did install Maven into it. We did install Java into it. We did install Jenkins into it. We did even install Tomcat into it. Maven, Java, Git, Jenkins, all these tools we have installed. And using Jenkins, what we have done, we have created first job to pull the code. We did it. As part of the first job, Maven takes the code from you and hand it over to Jenkins, takes the code from the version control, which is GitHub, and hand it over to Maven project. So Maven in turn packages your project and builds your artifact. In order to test it, I have deployed into Tomcat, which I have purposefully not showed in this environment, in this image. Participants, are we good till now? With regards to Maven packages, are we good? For the testing purpose, I deployed into Tomcat. For purpose of testing, okay, whether it is running, application is running or not, I have deployed into a Tomcat server. This is something which we have done. But participants, let's look at the story now. We have the artifact. We had been using the same build server to deploy us. But in reality, deployment servers are very different, right? Deployment means, see, let me tell you what I meant. If you look at this server, the server is everything. It's a build server, basically. A master DevOps server, which is the build. But we need to have virtual machines where the application should be deployed. Everyone, are you with me? Like I have to have separate machines. For example, if there is 3 environments, like if I have 3 environments like dev, staging, as well as prod, if there are 3 environments that I have to handle, how many servers do I need? Even if I go with 1 server per environment, one from dev, another from staging, another from prod. So minimal 3 instances. So the one server that you have seen right now is not your server, which is a dev server or a prod server. Definitely companies will use different environments And in each environment, they'll have different servers, like a dev server, like a staging server, like a prod server. Applications they will deploy. They will not deploy into the Jenkins server case. They will not deploy into the build server. Am I good now, participants? Am I good? Hello?
Yes, Kumar.
Now the question is, how will you go ahead and create those servers? Let me show you how we create. Click create Azure virtual machine, and the process will continue. Create of a VM will continue. Let me show you, participants, by creating a virtual machine. It's taking a little time. It's all now creation of a virtual machine. See, creation of a virtual machine. So what I have to do now, I have to go ahead and create a virtual machine with all these details that are given. Point to be noted, everyone. Now, imagine a situation, participants. We are right now working in a project where we hardly have 3 servers, one dev server, one staging server, and one prod server. Imagine I go with these options. I want to have 5 dev servers. I want to have some 10 servers in staging and 20 plus servers in prod. Participants, are you able to relate a real life situation? Now I'll give you a real life situation. The real life situation is not one server, a minimum, more than one servers, like 5 in dev, 10 in staging, 20 in prod. So participants, tell me, will you follow the manual way of creating virtual machines in each of these environments? Participants, will you go with the manual provisioning? How many are interested in provisioning manually the resources? 5, 10, 20 resources. Will you be able to do that? Even if you do, right? Even if you agree to do manually, participants, it's not possible for you. Why? Because every application have hundreds of dependencies. I don't know, because you might go and create those 20, but in those 20, how about those 100 packages? Who will install 100 packages into it? It's not easy, guys. It's not possible at all. And that too, I'm saying 20 plus instances. Tomorrow in real life situations, it might go up to 25, 50, 100. There's no count for me. So the biggest question is, how will I go ahead and handle the scaling and automation of these servers? That is where our cloud tools like Packer and Terraform come handy to you. Packer will go ahead and package all the bundle of the packages which you need into a Packer image, the image that you guys can see here. And that Packer image has become the source for our Terraform provision. Am I good, participants, now? Hello? The Packer will go ahead and package all the bundle of the softwares into one single image. So that image is something that you will go ahead and use it for Terraform. Terraform will go ahead and provision any number of servers you want. 1, 2, 10, 100. It will decide. It will go ahead and handle. So what we'll do, participants, is that we will go ahead and start looking at Packer and Terraform. So Packer is required to go ahead and bundle all the packages. In this currently, we have only one requirement to be addressed properly. That requirement is this one, participants. We have to address the package, which is a var package. That is like we need to address this package first before coming to Packer and Terraform. Participants, let's address the first challenge, which is the package. Where do you go ahead? Participants, tell me frankly, where do you think this file is available? Where did we build this artifact and where is this artifact right now? Where is this artifact right
It's
now?
in the VM, cloud VM.
Correct. It's in the VM. Participants, it's in the same VM that we have created. Do you agree with me, everyone? Hello?
Yes, Kumar. Yes,
Now, tell me, participants, what if I go ahead and delete this VM? What if I go ahead and delete this VM? What will happen to this VM if I delete? All of that artifacts will be deleted as well. All of the jar and var files will be deleted. Everyone, are you with me? If
Yes,
I go ahead
Kumar.
and delete this, if I go ahead and delete this VM, if I delete this VM, that var file, that jar file will also be deleted. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. I think people are not able to connect and relate with it. So let me go ahead and show you. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to that machine. First thing I will do is to connect to that machine. I need azkp.m. So where did I keep? Okay, give me a minute. I'm going to get my key pair quickly. Okay, so I did get my key pair. My key pair is on my desktop. Where is my key pair? Here it is. Let's do one thing. Let's navigate to that location through desktop. Command prompt. Can you please navigate me to my desktop and confirm? Yes, I do have a Azure KP. Yes. I'm going to run this command. I'm going to make an entry into the cloud server. I'm making an entry into the cloud server. Yeah, I made the entry into that VM. Take an admin privilege. Hit CD. So participants, if you have noticed the location where it is available, it's available in the location
Var
of
lib.
var file. CD var file
Lib.
/lib
Yes.
/Jenkins folder, and you will find under workspace. We have only one project, two jobs we have. The first job we have is in this target folder. And look at this guy. This guy is sitting here. This guy is available here. Now you might think, Kumar, how did you remember all this? Nothing to remember, guys. It's clearly said. If you open your Jenkins is telling you, it's not me. So in Jenkins, it was telling me I have stored this in Jenkins location. It's not me, it's Jenkins told me that where it is storing. So open your Jenkins first job. And if you look at the output, you will know where it has stored the file. Console output. It was telling me, Kumar, I stored in var file lib Jenkins. In that there is a workspace, the name of the project, target folder, my app. That's how I remember. It is available in this location. Cool and clear, everyone. Hello, participants, are we good?
Yes.
Now, what I was asking you in the reverse way, what if I go ahead and delete this Jenkins server? What if I go ahead and delete this file with this VM? It can happen, right? Someone might go ahead and delete this VM mistaken. All your effort, all the jar files that you had will also get deleted. So company will ask you, why didn't you find a way to store this Jenkins or jar file separately? That's a big question to be handled. That's a big question to be answered. Very, very big question. See, you have to have a separate storage to store them. Are you able to relate with me, everyone? The company will put a question to you if you haven't find a right way to store your artifact. So now, participants, it's time for us to go and explore storage service in AWS. AWS, do you have any, Azure, do you have any storage service that I can store an artifact like a file, .war file? So it gave me options like storage accounts. Okay, cool. Let me hit the storage account. And participants, you can see storage accounts is part of your default directory and you have an option to create. Let's go ahead and explore about this create storage. So participants, this storage account is another service from Azure where you can go ahead and create a storage account, and as part of the storage account, it will give you various storage options, which you will get to know in a minute. So I'm inside the storage account. So the storage account says Azure Storage is a Microsoft managed service providing cloud storage. Awesome. So it's a cloud storage that is highly available, secure, durable, scalable, and redundant. Okay, clear. Azure storage includes storing your objects. What kind of objects? Objects that include binary large objects, blob storage. You can also consider Azure Data Lake Gen 2, Azure Files, Queues, and Tables. For now, let's explore what all of these Azure storage will give me in the form of blobs, GenLakes. We'll go ahead and explore. So at this moment, we have our subscription. So go with your subscription. And in your case, participants, it will be free trial for you. Now a resource group, I'm going to continue my resource group. And a storage name. Participants, storage name should be unique. Unique in the sense, if I use my storage name as Kumar123, if you go ahead and create Kumar123, it will say already exists with Kumar. Why I cannot go ahead and create a storage account with that name? So let's go ahead and create a storage called beta for the project. Beta is already taken. So SSAD cloud storage for this beta project. Beta is the name of the storage account. Hope no one has taken it. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go ahead and place all the resources at this moment as default. And then let me just go ahead and review and create it, because I want to do it. But if I go ahead and talk more about storage, we will only spend time in storage account only. Rather, let's go ahead and start creating a storage account. Let's create a storage account. There are a lot of options. You can easily get confused. As of now, my plan is to have a storage account. That's all. Where I want to store my artifact. That is my plan. Rather than spending time in what is the storage account. The storage account itself is a separate discussion. Let's not spend time on that part. Let's spend time on the storage account. So participants, can I ask you a question once again? Why is that I'm creating a storage account in this project, participants? Why I'm creating a storage account? What is the purpose or what is the need for me to create a storage account?
To store all the WAR files and package, all the Maven packages into that storage account.
Okay. Very good. As much as Jenkins compiles along with Maven, artifacts are generated. For those artifacts, storage by default is Jenkins folder itself, which is not agreed, which is not okay. So for that purpose, I'm looking for an alternative storage, which is not part of this project at all. I don't want storage to be managed by me. I want a separate storage. So that storage is now available in the form of storage account for me. and I went into storage account and created a storage. Into the storage, now I'm going to go ahead and start storing my artifacts into it. I will go ahead and store artifacts into it. What kind of artifacts? Jar packages and var packages into it. Let's go ahead and see the progress of the project in terms of the storage account creation. Cool guys, we are able to create a storage account. The storage account is with this name. It's a storage account. There's a lot more to learn about storage account. At this moment, we'll do one thing. We'll just focus on what we need. We need to store. Store in the sense, objects we have to store. What kind of an object? It can be a simple image. It can be a simple file, anything. So that comes under your blob storage, which is nothing but container storages or blob storage service you will find here. Right now, you get to see something called containers. So let's go ahead and create a container. So right now I will go ahead and create a container called packages, var packages. I'll store all the var packages here. See, I've created a var package. Now upload the var package. Click on upload and select the file. The question is, where is that artifact now? The question is, where is that artifact?
That's in VM.
Very good, participants. Now, can you answer this? Where is the artifact now? If I even if I want to store it, where is the artifact? Now, the artifact I've already shown you. This guy is sitting in Jenkins. This guy is sitting here. Where in Linux machine in Jenkins folder, this guy is. Now, participants, think for a minute. Take 1 minute or 2 minutes of your time. Now, how can I go ahead and upload this file into Azure storage? If it was Windows, I would have just clicked on upload a file. Upload a file, it will upload from your local machine. I don't have any local machine storage now. My storage is in cloud. My artifact is in cloud VM. Now, participants, think, how can you figure out a solution for this? Think for a minute. Think for a minute, guys.
By copying to local machine from here.
Okay, I'll go with this option. Copying it to local machine. So imagine local machine tomorrow, I will go ahead and use your machine, for example. Let's say he has given a solution. Let's work on that solution. I'll tell you the advantages and disadvantages. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to go ahead and take the artifact which is available here. I want to go ahead and take this artifact into the storage. So one of the participants suggested me, go ahead and take this artifact from Jenkins to my local machine. Let's assume that we are taking to developer local machine. So local machine. Now let's assume that participants, if this employee is working for a project, on the project, let's say in this month, maybe he went for a vacation for 2 days. He is not available for 2 days now. Tell me, participants, if he is not available, his machine will not be available. If his machine is not available, where do we get this artifact from? It is a broken process. Let's assume that this employee went for a leave. He's on leave. So his machine will be also on leave. So this process will be broken because Jenkins is writing into developer machine. Even if you want, I will do it for you right now. But assume that this guy who is on the system went for a leave. So his system won't be available for you to access the file. That means it's not completely possible for me to go ahead and use a local machine. Any other suggestion, guys? Good. You have given a suggestion, but the suggestion is currently not fitting my requirement. Maybe it is okay. It is good to go ahead and host it into cloud, from cloud to local. But at this scenario, I don't want people to involve. It should be automated. So how will I go ahead and handle this? Any suggestions from you people?
We need to create a connection from that VM to block storage.
One more time.
Default-
Can you come back once again? I agree with you.
we need to create connection from var package folder to that block storage. Then only we can automatic whenever the user or someone update that folder, it will by default it will fetching from
Very good.
Jenkins folder to the block storage.
Very good. So participants, Venkat suggested me that whenever this file gets created, there should be some system that should go ahead and find a way to go ahead and store the data into cloud storage. Are you able to relate with this suggestion, everyone? Participants, are we good? Are we good? So participants, let's go ahead and figure that what are the ways can we go ahead and work on Azure storage. So we can go ahead and ask Azure storage, can you give me some suggestions where I can go ahead and do a file upload? Azure storage, how to do a file upload? So I said Azure storage, file upload. I want to do a file upload, or Azure storage with regards to blob. See what I'm trying to do? I'm saying Azure storage blob file upload. I want to do a file upload. Now this guy has taken me into Azure storage documentation, and it is telling me that Azure storage blob manages object storage for unstructured data. Okay, it is giving me some commands. See, there are some commands. So participants, these commands, do you think will help me? Correct? This will help me to what? To do a file upload. Directory, list, show. This should be helpful, right? Azure storage, blob, directory, upload. Upload what? The artifact into Azure storage. So let's go ahead and check. Can this file or can be of any help to us? So Azure storage, blob, directory, upload. So uploads a blob or subdirectories to a storage blob. Participants, do you think this should be helpful for us, right? What do you think, participants? Is this going to be helpful for us? Because this command can run without you being involved. So this is a system. This is a process now. The process is running this command can help me to do a file upload. Now this command basically it is called CLI, command line interface. So let's look at some examples. Upload a single blob to a storage directory. So what is a command? Azure blob storage directory, container, the name of the container, storage account, okay, path to the file and directory. Cool. Let's go ahead and use this and let's make the changes to meet our requirement. So let me go ahead and copy this code and write the code accordingly. So it says Azure, okay, Azure storage, okay, blob, okay, directory, okay, upload, okay, -c, container, my container. Container means the name of the container. Participants, tell me what is the name of the container did I give? What is the name of the container? Can you guys figure out what is the name of the container? Can you figure out the name of the container?
Var
Var
package.
Var packages. The name of the container here clearly written var packages. So into var packages. -c var packages. Okay. -- account name. So what is that account name? What is that account name? Participants, to get your account name, go back to storage account. So it will tell you what is your account name. So this is your account name. This is Cloud Beta. -s. S means source, path to the file, where exactly it is available. So participants, now question is, where is this file? This file is sitting here. This guy is sitting here. This is a path. My app dot var package. Path to the file. This is a path to the file. Directory -d. Let me confirm what does that word directory for you. Directory okay, destination path. It's not directory. -d means destination. The destination path. Okay. To which directory you want. So current directory, whatever the directory is mentioned. So participants, this is what, with whatever the information that I could get from Azure storage, I am able to go ahead and run. So whatever I have written, participants, is in line. AZ, storage, blob, directory, upload. To which container, var packages, account name, the name of the account actually. S means where it will start, where is the source. Source file is this, and we have the destination here. So let's learn. Even if it is a failure, it's okay. Let's learn from our file uploads. So I'll go ahead and run this, asking Jenkins, can you run this command for me, please? Can you help me by running this command for me, please? So it says, Kumar, I'm ready to do that. But the problem at your end is you did not install AWS Azure CLI. Oh, is that I did not install Azure CLI? Participants, it's giving me a recommendation to run this Azure CLI. So let me go ahead and take an installation for Azure CLI, apt-install Azure CLI. Would you like to continue? Yes, I would like to continue. See, I would have made you to install Azure CLI at the point itself, at the time of installation itself, but purposefully I did not do that, people, because now you can understand why Azure CLI is required. Because this is the reason. The reason is, at a point where you want to run commands, you need CLI. So you are installing CLI now. But it would have been a good practice if you install all these tools during the VM creation itself. But now I have done it because people, you will understand now. Done. Participants, CLI is installed now. Let's go ahead and run one more time the command. So it says Azure storage blob directory is not in Azure storage blob command group. See Azure blob help. If this command is from extension, please make sure that corresponding installed. Please visit this documentation overview. That means I'm making some mistake in terms of the blob storage directory. Directory is not in Azure storage blob command group. see Azure Storage help. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a help from Azure Storage. Blob, I need your help. So this guy should help us. So this guy should help us to go ahead and what we are trying to do, we are trying to go ahead and delete, download, and upload a file. So Azure Storage, with regards to upload, I need your help. So Azure Storage is not in Azure Storage. Okay, it's Azure Storage blob. Azure Storage blob related commands. For that upload, I need your help. So it has given me some examples or more information. Container name, so it's gave me the path. Azure Storage blob upload -f. F means path to the container and name of the blob. Cool. Let's try this. Azure Storage blob upload -f path to the file. Path to the file is this one. And then -c my container. -c my container. What is that container, guys?
Var packages, var packages.
For packages. And then -n. N means the blob.
Blob. SSAD. Cloud.
SSAD cloud beta. SSAD cloud beta. Now, this has come up with another challenge that, hey, you have given, but credentials to access the storage are missing. The following variations are accepted. So you can give an account name and a key name. Account name and a account key or options. So let's look for the account name and account key are accepted. So let's go ahead and look for the account key, or you can, it is even accepting the tokens, SSA tokens. Account name it is accepting, connection string it is accepting. So various options we can give. So let's start with the first one, which is the account key we'll start with. So let's go ahead and look for account key. What is an account key? So if you go ahead and hit an account, your storage account participants, you'll find your keys sitting here, your access keys. So what is meant by an access key? An access key is nothing but a kind of a privilege that you give to go ahead and connect to your system. So your keys are available. So look at the definition of this access key. Access keys authenticate your applications. Right now, my application is CLI, Azure CLI. Request to storage account. Keep your keys in a secure location like Azure Key Vault and replace them often with new keys. The two keys allow you to replace while one will still using the other. Okay, so I want to see those keys. One key is available here. So let me go ahead and copy this key. And let me go ahead and pass the reference that account key, which is --, account -key. Let me put it in double quotes, more meaningful. This is a key that is still not accepting. The following variations are accepted. So it says, hey, you cannot pass -m, better to pass as account name. It is clearly telling me. Account -name. It's a complete command, so no spaces in it. Complete word. Let's figure it out, participants, one more time. It says, hey, you are uploading are required, -m or n is required. -n name is required. Account name, account name. So it is not accepting account name. So my understanding was wrong. Just pass name. SAS token storage account. So let's look at account name and key. Account name and account key options, or set the Azure storage account and Azure key in environmental variables. Okay, so we can put the environmental variables here as well. So we can say that export the Azure storage account as a variable, Azure storage underscore account. Participants, for your information, I'm aware of all this. I'm just trying to show you people how you will go ahead and progress with one regards to the other. Storage account and then storage key. The storage account is available here and storage key. So this is my storage account. And this is my key. My key just now I've created. It is asking me to pass them as variables. Now I'm going to write a command. Hey, go ahead and use as environmental variables, export Azure storage account and Azure storage key. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to go ahead and say Azure, can you go ahead and start using the Azure storage key, var packages, -name. Name SSAD cloud. Looks cool, guys. I think it did upload. Let's go ahead and double check now into our container. Container, can you confirm me the file upload? No, it is not uploading the file, but it is uploading a file which is with the name SSB. It did not upload the package that I'm looking for. Participant, did you get my point? It is uploading. Yes, there is a little progress, but the problem is it did not upload the blob that I want. So participants, did you realize what is the mistake? The mistake is here. The blob is my app var package. So it is with the name called my app, and the folder name is not required here. Did you get the logic, everyone? Now let's go ahead and try one more time. Oh, it's not at all accepting. Is this a directory? Yeah, of course, this is a directory. Yeah, it is a directory. Into this directory, the packages and the name of the application. Something which I'm missing is something which is missing. My app var package. Now let's double check whether the file got uploaded. Folder, storage accounts, storage count. Under that blob storage container, the name of the container is var packages. Inside that var packages, I'm able to go ahead and upload this var file into it. So participants, just confirm me, is this file available for you to download at your end, participants? Is this file available for you to download? Can you go ahead and give me a confirmation, participants? Is this file available for you to download?
No.
Okay. Anyone? Is this file available for you to download?
No, Kumar.
Now I'll just make it.
I'll just make it.
Now you go ahead and confirm me, participants. Is it downloadable for you? Is it downloadable for you, participants?
Yes.
Now you finally, participants, we are able to reach a point where we are able to go ahead and do a file up. Is that clear, everyone? Now, don't worry. This is not so complex. It's only one time that you need to do. So participants, my point is that I am able to go ahead and do a file upload. I'm able to go ahead and do a file upload into my Azure storage. Now, what is the purpose? Even if I go ahead and delete this file, where is this file available? The file is safely available in my Azure storage account. So participants, have we achieved a very critical stage, like file getting created? As soon as a file gets created, I will run a command that will do a file upload into Azure storage. Is that clear, everyone? Hello, participants. Is that clear to all of you? Participants, are we clear? Now, what I will do is that I will keep this now idea into the system, saying that Jenkins, you are required to go ahead and create the artifact. As soon as the artifact gets created, it is once again your extended responsibility to go ahead and do a file upload into Azure storage. And the command is, participants, here. I'm going to use this command. What is the command? And here is the command. I'm going to go ahead and put these commands now. The save. I will go ahead and start using these commands. So what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and save them as storage commands, storage hyphen commands. Desktop. Participants, little modifications are required from my side to make these changes into the storage. What I will do, I will modify these commands, and when we integrate with Jenkins, at the time I'm going to share this command with you. Is that okay for all of you, participants? Are we good?